Hello to all the amazing people, the Niemer here and welcome to some more Citizen Sleeper. In the last episode we started it off, went through the tutorial, find out about the story and stuff. It's so far a nice pleasant experience, very story driven, like tactical RPG kind of game, where each day you roll some dice, then you use them on locations to, well, do objectives and stuff. So yeah, we stopped off when we hooked up with a doctor to source a stabilizer, and we're gonna have to wait 3 cycles to actually receive some, which means our red bar here is gonna start degrading. In the meantime, we should do what we can to survive. And well, one of the things is we will need to procure food at this bar on the bottom here. We have one more dice left, which has 2 so I'm gonna try to use it somewhere safe. Let's go and see Amphis, street food vendor. Amphis, hello there Amphis, do you have anything to sell to me? I would like some grub. Amphis is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red flag dressing. The smell is, well, incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Watch. Despite the queue, Amphis doesn't rush. He dresses each portion individually, squeezing precise slugs of liquid from an assortment of bottles into the bowl of torn leaves and bright slices, before tossing them loosely together. Occasionally, a waiting customer might mutter something about efficiency, but Amphis remains steady in his process. After a while, the queue fades back into the crowd and Amphis sets down his metal bowl and looks up across the burner to see you, watching him. I can feel your eyes burning a hole in my bowl. Free sample? Sure. He gestures neatly. Come over. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you. You sleepers, Amphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility, and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycle spanned within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time, you pay. Right, we got a free meal, nice. He slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner's side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy delicacy sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. I'll be back. Oh, it filled up to full. Maybe we should have waited a little bit with that then. Well, we learned something today. Okay. Pay Dragos. Get to know Amphis. Amphis loves two things, stories and food. Maybe if you simply supply him with both, you can hear his story. Build a ship mind. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ord Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. Gain access to the Ord Fabricator. Play the exchange. Ooh. The flow of cheats and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp And some tight trades can net you a good margin. Item. Sell components. The Ort Exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up. Break down and sell off and you're happy to supply it, right? Well, I don't want to do the risky action with 2 dice, so we're not gonna do this right now. Seems like we can play the market here. Interesting. Input 15 Syra, order fungus. Emphasized fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Emphas doesn't trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers in his own quiet way. Right, well, no point in buying food right now since we are full. So we wasted 1, 2, 3, so 2 bars, 2 out of it. We just wasted 6 chips basically by talking him too early, maybe. But let's not think about it that way. Rotunda. Steal dog plans. Having security have to have plans, stealing them. Well, we already did this last time. Explore the rotunda so we can learn about new locations here. Right? I think we did this one already. Or maybe not, I don't know. Then we got this thing and the Dragos yard. With the shipyard. Let's go to Dragos. So this action is safe. So if you put this thing here, it's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you're no stranger to hard labor. So it's 50-50. We get a neutral or a negative result here. But I feel like, yeah, here we would like get the same thing, right? But this action is safe. And this action is risky. So at worst, I think we just don't do the thing. So we managed. Oh no, we got a negative outcome. Okay. You ache from hammering away at the scrap, and most of it crumbles into worthless rust. You call it a day early before you injure yourself. That's fine. That's why it's safe action. You can call it early. Yeah, we did not help him out with that, right? Okay, and well, we are out of dice, so nothing else left to do but to go and sleep. End cycle. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Yep. And I think I'm gonna have only 3 dice now, which makes me a little bit sad, but it's alright. Our doctor's gonna hook us up in 3 days or so. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. Are you having like a nightmare or something? These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station? No. You feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Observe it. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It's a looped cloud with spokes and spires that just out into space. It is an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It is a system, a map, and a territory all at once. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you, insistently as if it were a small child. Somehow it's pulling in 2 directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden everything shuts off. You came back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and, well, not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it's waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it is gone. Okay. No. So we can go check out. Okay, so we need to wait through 2 more cycles here for the doctor to be able to hook us up. Meanwhile, we should probably go earn some cash. I'm like a little bit hungry, so we're not gonna be eating here. Or the exchange. 25% positive, 50% negative. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do the risky action. Well, it is not dangerous though. Trusted trader. I feel like I should probably help my buddy first though. Okay, so these are filling up, so I guess some traders will come in. Salvage sortie. It takes several seconds to reach the starboard belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Salvage sortie. Okay, so there's gonna be work. There's gonna be work for us. Shipyard. I guess we already checked this one out. Yeah, this one's really dangerous. Yeah, not much work for us here for a drone operator. So hopefully... Hey there, Dragos. So this one's risky. This one's safe, but it's like a -1. Okay, I'll use these. Like, I mean, these twos and ones are the same, as far as I understand. So it's always gonna be 50-50 here. Yeah, we rolled pretty poorly, so I think our best bet here is to just do our best here. I might put a 3 in there, actually. I'm thinking about it. Okay, there we go. We managed to do like a normal action here. I'm not a huge fan of... I forgot, right? Negative, like... What can negative entail? Like, is there any way for me to see... Yeah, I don't think there is. Like, to see the tutorial notes. Yeah, there's no way to see it. I should have remembered those. I'll check. Okay, let's do something a little bit more exciting. So let's go here. We're gonna do a dangerous action. Hopefully we don't get 25% negative result here. Positive outcome. Nice, plus 15 Syra. Well, that brings us very close to where we need to go. And it's time to go and sleep again. So each time we sleep, it seems like we lose 2 hunger and 1 red thing. Again, the skeletal rig of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crispier than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of glimmering light between your transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring. Through these forms then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Well, let's start with the nodes and then with the connections, right? The nodes are glassy bright, but in all of this flow the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. Okay, there's some typo there. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much more here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then, that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see 2 lines, 2 threads pulling in each different directions as if they were tied around you. Well, I guess the first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Oh, they're tracking us down, our corporation. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes, time is short. Right. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Okay. So, tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of the sync protocols and data cache. Okay, so we are still not done with the tutorial then. Well, there you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button on the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Right, click the eye. Ooh. Now that's interesting. Heavenage Gate. Keynote. Hello there, Mr. Shep. What's up? Yatagan Agent. Oh, that's the one who should be supplying us. Keynote. Keynote. Solemn. I mean, let's click on something here. Information overload. Pum pum pum. Okay, let's click on Heavenage Gate, I guess. Slot Heavenage Cipher. This gate keeps traffic out of the Heavenage shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher can grant you access. Input 1, okay. Oh, so you can be a hacker. Oh, nice. I like it. Keynote. Data actions allow you to extract data from networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. The data here is part of a cache, tucked away during the collapse. Who hid this and for what purpose? So we're really good at doing this kind of thing. Now we do actually have a matching die. Bypass. Well, let's do it, right? Unlocked. Extract data. Data extracted. +1 encrypted key. A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. Right. Cool. How was that? Okay. So we got another similar thing here, right? No, this is Heavenage Agent. A Heavenage member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Right. Good. And then this thing, Keynote. Access protocols. A lone connection feeds into its isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1000 cycles ago. That's a long time ago. Another Heavenage Agent. Okay. Solemn Gate. We're gonna need a Solemn Gate cipher, that's fine. Keynote. This node is orbited by remains of the corporate countermeasure broken long ago by hackers. Okay. And this one. Another Keynote interface. This node pulses faintly as it mines Syra at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that repurposed it. Cryptocurrency mining. Yet a gun agent. Some gang enforcer implants are chipping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Well, not right now, but I am very intrigued by this system. I'm gonna tell you that much. Right. So we got a 5. And 5s are really good. Okay. Right, so our doctor here still didn't get the order of medicine. That's alright. Now with a 5, we can guarantee a dangerous action. I think. Yeah, it's 50% positive or 50% neutral. Or maybe 6s are even better. Let me try to remember the thing. But yeah, we could like help him out here if we wanted to. We could also go to the... Yeah. I think we're gonna be doing dangerous actions with 5s. Try to get a 6 for that. Dock Watcher. Getting to know Rotunda. I have an edge watch list. What do we do with this 5? That's the question right now. I mean, I kind of need to eat, so let's go and eat, I guess. But maybe, like, we lose this one while doing an action, so it would be good. We actually have enough to unlock the low-end gate, but I think we do need to eat first. Into it. Play the exchange. Risky. Some components. Trust the trader. Well, let's go help our buddy here. So, Dragos, I'm gonna help you get out of that, dude. I'm a nice person. Heal the section. Negative outcome. Plus 10 Cyber, minus 1 energy. That's fine, because, well, that's what I was thinking about. If I fail that we don't actually we use up this last bar, and now we can go and eat and fill it up to full, I believe, like last time, hopefully. Fungus fan. Order some fungus. Talk to our friend here. There we go. Oh, we didn't get full. Your might stings as your sensorium sense. Yeah, there was a couple of things there, but okay. So we only got 3. Okay, so we didn't waste anything on the first one. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna put this one here now. 50% positive. And here, yeah, there's no reason to do that. It is risky, but we can't fail basically here. Back in business. We got neutral. Too bad. But yeah, we helped him out. Action unavailable. Back in business. Are you happy now? Dragos, pragmatic salvager. Hello there, Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge, and he's been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lower into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was one of its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple fuel breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what becomes of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friend to give it on me on credit. That's what happened. Credit? We may have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. He pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry, we'll make it back once we chop this beauty up. You sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hull, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the frack of the Essen-armed freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for a rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up for it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winterlight. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Let us hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Right. A real beauty. The Dragon repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. A real beauty. Cool. +1 upgrade point. New drive discovered. Character and upgrades. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button on the top right of the screen. Right. So we got one upgrade point. Which means we can upgrade one of these four here. Oh, we cannot upgrade it. We can turn this -1 into a 0 here if you like to. But I'm wondering, we should probably like focus on something rather than, you know. Let's see, what else do you have for me, Dragos? Forensic Troll. Winter Slide. So we can work on Winter Slide, or we can do this one. Cutter Salvage. Repeat Salvage. Yard Clearance. Ship breaking is tougher than slicing up loose salvage, but Dragos is happy to pay you a fixed wage if you're up for it. This is dangerous though. Yard Clearance. History is or know this ship is salvage, as Dragos always says. Break it down, move it on. Dragos Nerve. Dragos seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Oh, really? Investigating the Winter Slide means peeking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay, but you may find answers. Winter Light. The wrecked cutter Dragos has brought into salvage has a history to discover if you're curious. So we can do a safe action here of trying to figure out what this thing is, or we can do some dangerous engineer work. Like dangerous work, it's dangerous. Like it will do bad stuff to you even if you like succeed neutrally. I think it might actually. We also have this shipyard thing here. Endure, engineer, assist a shipbuilder. It's risky. Okay, so we could grab 1 point in engineering here, I guess. Engage into it. Steel dock plans. Okay. Waiting for that. Okay, let's decide. Are we gonna be an engineer, work with machines and physical tools, or are we gonna do one of these three? Work with digital interfaces. Change to gain Cyro interface action. Chance to gain Cyro. Oh. Change to gain Cyro interface actions. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Sunbathe dice action allows energy recovery at home. Sunbathe. Photosynthetic skin. Okay. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. That's kind of useful. Chance to gain energy after any engage action. Okay, all Cyro actions are discounted by 20%. Reroll any of your dice once per cycle. All your dice once per cycle. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Agent hard to kill. Alright. Agent notes give double data rewards. The icebreaker. Self-repair. Use scrap components on home to repair condition. Oh, we could go this. And then use scrap components at home to repair condition. Oh, right, we're still at 0, but we're now efficient extractor, chance to gain scrap. And then we need to use 1 more upgrade point to actually get a +1 here. Okay, I see how it works. And then 2 points to get this, and then 3 points to get a +2. Okay. Right. Let's have a nap and then wrap this one up. Hunted. So eventually we're gonna have to push forward, right? Because of this hunted thing. 3 5s. It's a 5-5-5 kind of day. Yeah, no dream this time though. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Turn. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught ya. Do you know you? He grins. You don't know. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying into that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get start of the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it? Old Erlin said. The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlin? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlin? He's the founder of this place, that's why it bears his name. Heavenage should organize some seminars. Not really my department though. I'm with systems. Heavenage? Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerge as a response to or a continuation of Andre Erlin's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little about your sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then when you're settled up, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about your sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Oh, exciting. He pats you on the back, his voice is bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Right. So... okay, Dragos is getting anxious, which is not really that important anyway, since it seems like we have more pressing things here. End cycle. You aren't finished with this cycle. Complete active scenes to proceed. Right. Oh, Sabine. Can you hook me up, Sabine? That would be really good. However, we shall be doing that in the next episode. So yeah, there's a lot of stories in this game, different branching paths, like learning about the station, and you also carry this knowledge from one playthrough to another once you're done, and I think there might be even unlockables, not sure about that part, but knowledge certainly will help us out to know who can help us with which things and what kind of upgrades will work in which kinds of stations, parts of stations. And yeah, we need to figure out how to survive and make a life for ourselves. Let me know what you think about this game, comment, suggest, criticize. Have a wonderful day, do some nice things and be kind to each other. Let's make a world a better place together. Thank you all for watching me play Citizen Sleeper. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you on the next one. The Namer signing out.